AILA unveils its third priority featured issue page on border processing and asylum. In the last 2 years, the Trump administration has changed essential aspects of asylum law and border processing, making it increasingly difficult for asylum seekers to access the protections they are entitled to under both domestic and international law. The ban on asylum, for example, issued in the form of a fast-track regulation and presidential proclamation, barred anyone who entered the United States from Mexico between ports of entry from seeking asylum. The Migrant Protection Protocols, also known as the Remain in Mexico policy, has forced hundreds of individuals arriving at the U.S. southern border who are fleeing violence and persecution to remain in Mexico pending the adjudication of their asylum hearing before a U.S. immigration judge. These drastic changes in asylum law and border processing did not arrive in isolation. They represent just different expressions of the Trump administration's ongoing, systematic effort to shut out asylum seekers from the country. We have seen this assault play out through other policy changes, such as increased CBP turnbacks at the border, separation of asylum-seeking families under the administration's zero-tolerance policy, a practice which is still ongoing, and policies that have made it harder for asylum seekers to obtain essential legal representation. The erosion of due process has had devastating effects on families, and these policy changes go against the bedrock of American ideals. With these changes, the Department of Homeland Security is effectively preventing asylum seekers from receiving a fair day in court. We must stand together to fight these due process violations. We invite you to use this webpage as a resource for advocacy and information gathering on key border issues as these policy changes make their way through the U.S. court system. Join us in maintaining a close eye on the humanitarian crisis at the border.